This is the old compressor head and motor assembly out of our now dead compressor, although since the pressure vessel was still okay, that's going to be converted into a portable air tank. And yes, there's our chickens in the background. But you can see the tiny, probably half horsepower, 3/4 horse universal motor. I mean, it's on the big side for a universal motor, but still kind of chintzy for the application. And the probably 1.5 inch bore, 1.5 inch 2-inch stroke compressor. And one scary thing about this is that fuse, which is the master overcurrent fuse for the compressor head, or for the motor. It's a 30 ampere ATM fuse, so just a bodged together fuse holder out of a couple fast-on, 1/4 inch fast-on connectors, and a, actually no, those might be I think it's 187 mil ones, they're not 1/4 inch, too small, but anyway, fast-on connectors and a zip tie, so they're kind of chintzy. And another thing is that fast-on connectors are typically, or no, the ATM fuses are 32 volt DC maximum operating potential specified. This is for 120 volts AC, RMS, or 170 volt peak. And it's a couple times the maximum, or more than a couple times the maximum permissible operating potential of those fuses, so were that fuse ever to trip, probably arc over, which would not be good. As Dad was testing this because the compressor head wasn't working, and it turns out that a thermal fuse had tripped, so he bypassed the thermal fuse just to see what would happen, and the commutator caught fire. So yeah, and I got that chintzy piece of crap versus what we replaced it with. The compressor motor is that instead of that. It's a really old, or the motor's not original, but it's a probably 1940s, 1950s era, judging by how the address is written. I don't see a date code, but it says Chicago 12, USA. It's a 3/4 horse, dual potential that's 115 volt or 208 volt, 230 volt, 60 cycle. Again, the operating potential rating's another clue. 1,725 revolutions per minute. 1.25 surface factor, so it can handle pretty decent sized overloads. Continuous duty, 72 degree Fahrenheit temp rise, 56 frame. The compressor head, again, that versus that, which, judging by the size of it, looks like there might be multiple pistons in that compressor head. And of course, that thing when running was hideously loud, because it would just, because for any kind of decent airflow you need to really overrun that compressor head, and because of the very low displacement of the cylinder. Whereas, and I needed hearing protection if I was within 10 feet of the thing, as in actually physically painful, because then again I have abnormally sensitive hearing. In contrast, it's nothing. So yeah, and that is why old stuff is a lot better.